chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there, they can never be themselves. These narcissists that you knew that were involved in your life, they can never be themselves. They can't be authentic. They live such a miserable existence. Okay? Look, for them to be themselves, to be their authentic, real self, feels foreign. With everyone, with you, with colleagues, with family, with friends. Each interaction they have, they carefully construct a persona that you or someone else will see them in a good light. Okay? That's what they done to you initially through the love bomb. That's what they would have done to you, right? Just think of life like that. You may be conscious of the time. Let's think, right? Maybe there was a time in your life where you pretended or you imitated and you wasn't being your authentic self. Now, you would have felt uneasy. That felt foreign to you. You not being yourself. You pretending. Perhaps in your younger years when you were hanging around with a group of friends or something like that, and maybe you would have felt guilty about it, like not being real, not being authentic. You might have felt unnatural. Okay? But with the narcissist, them being themselves is foreign. They don't have those feelings. They're embarrassed of the real them, the authentic them. They're embarrassed and ashamed, and they keep it hidden from everybody and everyone. They keep that hidden. Now, you may say, Zion, but like you've seen the unmasking and this and that, but even with the unmasking that you saw, that was still a carefully constructed version. They still can't be authentic. Even when they're being nasty or horrible, they can't be authentic. Okay? And that's why I always say to you, sometimes narcissists involved in your life will say the worst things to you during a discard or during a disagreement or during a reverse discard. They'll say some of the worst things to you. Okay? And a lot of you go into your healing journeys remembering those words that they said and feeling hurt by those words that they said. But really, in actuality, you know them to be a phony and a fake and a snake and a liar and a deceiver and a deviant. So you can't believe them when it hurts. You can't believe the love bomb. You can't believe none of it. And when I say you can't believe the love bomb, I don't mean they didn't love you. They were obsessed with you. Completely and utterly obsessed. But they don't know how to love in the way that you deserve and that love should be. They don't know how to do that. They don't have it in their capability to give you that. They imitated love. It was a fake. Let me backtrack on that. It was an imitation of love. It was a counterfeit soulmate. It wasn't an authentic soulmate. Okay? So they live a miserable existence. Think about it. You not being yourself. Not being yourself. Imagine how annoying that must be. They have to constantly think. This is why they ruminate quite a lot as well. Because when you're not being authentic, deliberately, you're deliberately not being authentic or truthful or transparent. They have to think about what they've said to you before, for example, or yesterday, and they have to continue in that fashion. They have to continue in that way, not only with you, but with colleagues at work, with friends, with family, with whoever. Okay, they sorry, they have to keep up this masquerading with artificial light fakery constantly, which they ruminate about because they don't want to be viewed. Sorry, they don't want to be viewed in a way um, where they're looked down upon or frowned upon. They don't want to be seen in that way. And they're constantly doing this time and time and time again. This is what their life consists of. It's a miserable existence. Living authentically is peaceful. It's real. It's genuine. It makes life easier. They make life difficult. So really embrace that they can never be themselves and that you never knew them. In the so-called good times or the bad times, you really didn't know this narcissist. You really didn't know them. Think of times where maybe you've been, because you're not perfect, no one's perfect, but think of times when maybe you've been inauthentic, just for a moment. It could be in your younger years when you're in school, to fit into a group of friends or something like this, before you were conscious. It may have been unsettling for you when you would have felt not complete. You would have felt like detached. They don't feel like that. They are detached. They're detached from that inner world, and you got to know an extension of themselves that they carefully constructed during the love bomb, and you got to know an extension of themselves that they carefully constructed during the discard or reverse discard, or when you cut them off and they turn nasty. That was still a persona. Okay, they've got a lot of personas a lot of different faces that they show, and please remember and embrace that it's not the narcissist that was involved in your life didn't choose to take the mask off. They didn't one day wake up and say they're gonna unmask you. Remember, they couldn't keep up the performance that it takes and the act of maintaining that effort of keeping you engaged, thinking they are transparent, thinking they are loyal, thinking they are truthful and stuff like that. They couldn't maintain that facade because one of the main reasons is because of narcissistic injuries that are inflicted. Because being around you, it grates on them, chips away at them. You never got to know this, but just by you being authentic and true and transparent, it makes them have a realization about themselves that they're not really worthy to be around you. So throughout the whole duration of the relationship, they didn't really feel worthy in the core of them, in the inner world that they keep hidden. They didn't really feel worthy. And in their inner world, they feel unworthy anyway. They have inferiority complexes, low self-esteem. In their inner world, they felt like this. Right? So just remember that. So anyway, thanks for watching today. Please embrace they can never be themselves. For them to be authentic is for them to be themselves and real is foreign to them. You know, they live a miserable existence. Just think of life like that. It's a horrible existence. And I hope this helps you see what they are. Okay? That's why you don't need to be grieving their loss or I understand you being in a place, some of you may be in a dark place now, and I pray and ask God or the universe. I know I'm not all powerful, but I ask God or the universe to help you and aid you and support you. But it's okay. You will naturally break from if you are in love. I know many of you aren't, and you've got no contact, and they're out of your lives. But some of you may still feel like you're in love with them, or you feel Like you'll go through a place, you'll adjust, and you'll get out of it. What what you got to make sure of is that you don't get in an off and on relationship again. Many of you may have given them chance after chance after chance after chance. You've got to draw the finality of it. You've got to say no more. Okay, you've got to say no more. Even if you're discarded, you've got to say no more. That you wouldn't let them back, because they will. It can happen. I've heard of it after decades. They can try and hoover after decades, right? All the way up to decades, and even beyond that. I've seen in the comment section people saying, really, I think it was someone from the 1980s tried to hoover them or something like that. You know, I saw that in the comment section. So this is what they're like, right? So I pray that God or the universe makes it easy for you, and I'll be back in another video soon. Peace.